She said, "I've fallen and I can't get up." Hey, Transplant Helper community, welcome to my small town, sitting in front of my kids' school on a drizzly, rainy, 50-something degree morning, about average for fall down here for us in Alabama. But nonetheless, I did want to pause for just a moment and answer a couple of questions I've seen come across these Facebook pages, that sort of thing today, and they both have to do with muscle weakness, and as one put it, the inability to get up off the floor. And so I don't know if they've fallen or if they just sit down or they're working, whatever, but not having the ability to get up off the floor post-transplant. It kind of reminds me of the days back when I was a younger kid and a teenager. There was a commercial on TV for some kind of life alert device or something, and the whole premise was the little old lady fell and she said, "I've fallen and I can't get up." And I think too many of us at the time, younger people especially, that commercial was just annoying. It got under our skin. We hated to see it coming, that sort of thing. But I think if you were in the right age group or the right level of physical inability, older, maybe that commercial appealed to you. Maybe you went out and bought that device. So I'm not making fun of that. I'm just saying that that's the way that you probably feel when you get on the floor post-transplant. It's hard to get up and hard to recover. Now, why is that? Well, first and foremost, we know a lot of that has to do with the fact that our organs, whatever organ it's been, heart, lung, liver, kidney, pancreas, whatever, that organ is healing, okay? There's a rebuilding process going on. And even though that heart, like in my case, has been installed, all the connections have been made, there's still a lot of work that our bodies are doing in order to try to fully heal, to fully recover. So there's a lot there that's going on the inside that we don't necessarily see. A lot of energy being spent in healing the body and making sure that we have a good diet that provides all the nutrients, the proteins that are needed for that healing to take place. That's going to be huge in the process. Making sure we get plenty of rest. Our bodies heal and recover best when we're at rest. And that's the way I like to remember that. We heal and recover best when it rests. And I know post-transplant, that can be hard. Some of the, little aches and pains and different things, or maybe just all out pain, whatever, many of the medication changes and that are added to us, those things cause us to have restless nights. Things like prednisone, particularly things like our Prograf, can disturb our sleep patterns. We can just get in bad shape there for a while. So we have to kind of work on that. That's probably a work in progress for all of us. But one of the major reasons I think we might be weak post-transplant, maybe unable to get up out of the floor, I don't think it comes down to just the surgery itself. It really comes down to that devil's drug. Again, I know I blame you for everything, don't I, prednisone? But I think it comes down to that prednisone, that corticosteroid that we're on. Now, keep in mind that as a corticosteroid, it's not the anabolic steroid that, bodybuilders used back in the 80s and 90s to give them explosive muscle growth and explosive speed and endurance and all that. It's not that type of a drug to begin with. However, when you do take that corticosteroid, prednisone, you do get a boost of energy sometimes. Sometimes you do feel a little bit more endurance in the things that you're doing. You have more stamina, that sort of thing. And I know that when you're on that drug, even though you may feel strong and feel like you can do a lot, because that's a false sense maybe, but nonetheless, you feel that way, it doesn't mean you really can. And that's because while that drug is giving you that feeling and healing, as I call it, at the same exact time, it's working on your muscles and your bones pretty hard. As a matter of fact, you're losing muscle, you're losing bone cells and such while you're on that drug. It's doing damage. I mentioned before, it's also doing damage to your adrenal system. And so you can suffer from adrenal fatigue. And that could have a lot to do with why me post-transplant, for example, I could walk 3 or 4 miles, almost no problem there for a while. But I think in the same position like we're talking about, if I were to fall or if I were to get in the floor, getting up was hard. And some of that had to do with the fact that, my sutures, that my breastbone was healing. I know. And I had to rebuild some of that strength. I was, what's the word? Anyway, it's the word muscular dystrophy or dystrophic. I made that word up. But anyway, it means my muscles were weak. Yes. But I think a lot of it had to do with that corticosteroid and the damage that it was doing. And by the way, you know, after you get off those steroids, and let's pray to God that you do, okay? After you get off those, or at least those doses come down, I promise you things will get some better if you'll really keep an eye on your diet, your exercise, and your sleep patterns first and foremost. And stay hydrated, because your entire body operates off of the hydration and the nutrients that it gets. So if you're not getting those things into your body, yeah, you're going to be weak. I hope this has helped you out in some way. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. If it has, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up on this video, and I would love you to comment below. Have you suffered from weakness post-transplant? If so, what did you connect it with at the time? I'd love to hear it. We can share it among ourselves and really learn a lot. Again, thank you so much for joining me, friends. Until next time, stay stronger, friends.